greatest, Irvin Johnson. Magic, nice to see you. And here's a guy who's a superstar coming to watch a ball game on his night off. I'm impressed.
Well, the home team is here, so that means Isaiah and Mark, I have to come and cheer them on and say hello. And also say hello to you, too.
Good to see you, Irvin.
You, too.
Here's Grant the other way. In and out with it. Manning with a stick back.
Danny Manning went to the offensive board, and Mark Aguirre lost track of him and did not get him boxed out.
Meantime, Aguirre misses baseline to Grant. 9.5 left in the half. Clippers down 10. Give it to Garland. Over Benny from the wing. Yes. We'll let Irvin take a look for about another minute out here at this game and then give us his analysis.
He doesn't need a minute, George. He has it all figured out right now.
Okay, right in before it started. Here is Vinny. Great dish to Robin. How about that,
Yeah,
Magic?
it's a beautiful pass. Vinny really penetrated, like Coach was saying earlier. The guards are really doing a tremendous job penetrating and kicking it off to the open man.
There was a pretty good defense there. And Isaiah lost that dribble in the lane and called for the travel.
I don't know if Coach Schuler might not have made that call. Isaiah lost control of the ball, but I don't think he turned it over as he came down on the break that time.
They call Irvin's pal Isaiah for the turnover nevertheless. Now Grant will work against him. Gary Grant from the lane, falling down, missed it, but he did draw the foul. And Isaiah will pick up the foul. A lot of guys with connections with the state of Michigan here tonight, including Gary Grant, Irvin.
Oh, yes, and Lloyd Vaught. It's, you know, Michigan is known for their basketball, whether it's high school or college. And prime examples out here tonight. But the game is going, Detroit is getting a lot of easy hoops and coming inside where the Clippers are getting all their shots mainly from the outside, and that's the difference in the game right now.
And up on the board after the split at the stripe for Gary Grant, it's the Pistons 41 and the Clippers 32. And we're going to get an LA foul on Winston Garland.
Another time of penetration. That time it was close to being an offensive foul, but until the fouls start getting called the other way or until the Clippers stop them, certainly the Piston guards are going to keep taking the ball at the basket.
Benny Johnson doesn't look like he's slowing down, does he, man?
Oh, no. He's so strong. It's hard to play Benny because when he gets on a roll, whether he hits the first 2 or 3, nobody can stop him in basketball because he can overpower you inside, and he also can go right up over you. So what can you do with him?
That was an effortless goaltend, I'll say, a moment ago by BJ. They bring Kimball in to try and stop him, maybe, as Vinny scores 2 at the stripe, and the Pistons lead by 11. Kimball against Vinny. Grant against Isaiah. Manning with the drive on the half hook, and he hit it.
Pistons got caught in a little bit of a switch that time. And Manning impressed me by putting the ball down and going by a smaller player, Vinny Johnson.
How good can Danny Manning be?
He can really be really good if he can get his lead back to 100%. He can put the ball on the floor and go by you like he just did a while ago.
I hate to see him out there with that brace, but someday if he can play without it. Here's Isaiah penetrating after they exchange misses, and this one's easy.
Difference in the game right there.
Yep.
That's the difference. Detroit is known for their 3-guard attack, and they have most of the points right now in the first half here.
Magic just warming up for Pat Riley's job at NBC in about 10 years. Here's Grant scoring with a baseline drive.
They ran that play now, I think, 3 times successfully. Pass it to the high post man and the guard cut back door. It's a good play.
We played 5 in the second. Pistons by 9. Vinny with the gun. He got it. The net didn't move.
Both teams' guards have really taken over the ball game.
Here's Manning driving Rodman. He'll push it up wide. Rodman with one knee on the floor pulls it off. Vinnie Johnson with 7 here in the second. Pistons by 11. Isaiah, I'm sure, looking for VJ off a baseline screen. Got him the ball on the bounce behind a foul line. Here's the turning gun. This one doesn't go. Lambier missed the tap. Loy Vaught pulled it off for Manning. Gary Grant setting up top of the key, and Vinnie Johnson on the sideline near the baseline, nearly squared off with Kimball. Let's see what that was all about. They both hit the deck.
I don't know if I'd want to square off with Vinny.
Get a timeout called here. Chuck Daly's livid. A tech is called on Vinny. 6:18 left in the half. It's 47-36 Pistons at the Sports Arena in Los Angeles. This is the World Champion Pistons Television Network.
Well, I don't think Bo, as Coach mentioned, don't want to fight Vinnie Johnson. I mean, he's already lost before he began the fight.
I think you're right. They called a personal on VJ, not a shooting call, and he got the tech. Sit down to cool off for a minute. Kimball and Grant, and Manning and Norman and Benjamin against now Isaiah, Joe D, and Mark McGuire. And Dennis Rodman and Lambier. And as the Clippers work it around outside, look at Jake O'Donnell call.
We got number 3 on offense and then throwing a punch.
Inside, Norman is going to get an offensive foul. And you may have heard Jake say, then throwing a punch, technical foul.
Jake, being a veteran official, was looking away from the basketball. I don't think we can see it here on our monitor. It was in the away from the ball, but Jake picked up the foul.
It wasn't on Norman. It was on Bo Kimball.
Yes.
Away from the ball. Let me say this, that you got a young team that wants to beat the world champions. And I think Bo Kimball, he just got in a little scuffle with Vinny now, with Joe Dumars, and he wants to show everybody that he can play, and that's what I think is happening now.
You gotta like that he wants to show people.
Oh yes, oh yes. I like the hustle and desire, but it's the way to do it too.
Yep.
With a little more class, perhaps. Dumars going baseline. Missed the Glasser.
I think Joe made a great play there, realizing that Bo was having all kinds of difficulty, took it right by him and got another foul.
Exactly.
Kimball with a shove, as you see. Well, you've been there, Irvin. Championship team, MVP player, young guy comes along, and right away he might want to try and show you something.
Oh yeah, right from the beginning, because you know everybody here is here to see Bo Kimball against the Pistons, not anybody else, but they want to see how Bo Kimball does against Joe Dumars and Vinny and Isaiah and so on. He has a lot of pressure on him, but he's caught right now in the emotion of the game instead of playing the game.
And they get him out of the game. Both teams up near 80% from the line. Garland replaced him short with a triple try. Here come the Pistons. Little over 5 left in the half. Isaiah gives to Lambier, who gives it up to Joe D, working against Garland, driving down that lane, lost it to Manning. Look at Danny Manning in the dribble, give it up to Grant. He kicked it away, though. Isaiah, great look up to Dumars, and Joe is fouled by Garland.
Isaiah was throwing that ball down the court before he even had his hands on it. He had great court vision.
And he didn't float it, because if he had floated it, then Garland would have been able to steal it. He put some zip on it and kept it low, too, at the same time. Beautiful, beautiful bounce back.
Now, you two see the floor as well as anybody in the game. I'd imagine it's a treat to play against him.
Oh, yes. It's a treat to play against him. It's a treat to play against Detroit. Anytime, like I said, you're playing a world champion, you want to do well. And I have a second thing because it's at home for me.
That's right.
So it's two things going for me.
Magic Johnson from Everett High in Lansing and Michigan State, and you know the LA Lakers. Here's Benjamin with the turn and got a Wango. And Beer keeping it alive, pulls it off for Aguirre. Now Joe, but it got by Dumars.
Coach Daly upset with that fast break. Wants them to take better care of the basketball. But I'm sure he's glad they're looking down the floor, trying to get some easy ones.
Clippers with Grant, Kimmel, and Garland, all with 3 fouls. Garland, 3 fouls or not, has a foul line, misses to Aguirre. Good outlet to Rodman, a collision now near midcourt.
Excellent call. He was moving, wasn't set, and that was a good call.
Foul called on Garland, and that's 4.
As you see, he moved right into him, never was set.
And Tommy Garrick will now replace Garland. Garrick recruited to Rhode Island, where he played for Brendan Malone. Garland has picked up his 4th personal foul.
The Clippers are getting into some serious foul trouble here.
They should be shooting. I'm sorry to cut you off.
I'm sorry, Magic. I think the Piston defense is bothering them, don't you, Magic? It starts wearing on you, and the fact that the Clippers have had players hurt, they really don't have the cohesion they're going to have, I'm sure, in a little bit later on in the season.
Yes, and the thing about Detroit is that they never do it with their offense. It's always with their defense. And when Rodman came in, he frustrated Ken Norman, and that's been their offense thus far this season. So when they've taken him out of the game in terms of just shutting him down, and they're going to other guys who's not used to scoring.
Worm at the line makes it 52-36. Norman dishes to Grant. Benjamin wants it in the post. He is double, ball slapped away, out of bounds by Billy.
If they're going to have any chance of getting back in this game, it's going to have to be Benoit. Going to have to get some strong inside play.
Yeah, I think they got to go inside because the Pistons are not coming back to double, and they could get inside maybe to Benjamin.
Grant missing from the corner. Strong rebound pulled off that time by Norman, and he sticks the stick back. (52-38) Pistons here at the Sports Arena in Los Angeles, where the other LA team plays. Mark Aguirre for the baseline turn and gun, got it over Norman. 3:40 left in the half. Garrick dishes to Grant against Dumont. Manning wanted it inside, shoved off on Lambier, and Pete Quinn was standing right there.
That's a tough matchup for Bill Lambier going against Danny Manning. But Danny that time was too eager and shoved off.
Well, Bill fronted him very well. He's making those guards have to throw a lob pass, and you know that Detroit will run that lob pass down for the steal.
Yeah, there's really is good weak side help.
Pistons went inside to Mark Aguirre. He lost it. Grant to Norman. Back to Gary Grant to the hoop. No, and Isaiah rebound. Pistons come on the attack. Dumars from the wing. Rodman with the rebound. Fresh 24 with 2:50 left in the half.
Clippers need a timeout. They really do.
Pistons have him down now 54-38, and the Pistons turn it over. Eager bounce in the lane. Clippers on the run. Garrick to Norman, to the hoop, short. Garrick with a good feed, right tough pass, Grant to Benjamin. Well, they also needed maybe something like that.
Yes. They get themselves going.
Timeout here, 2:28 left in the half. It's a 14-point Piston lead now. This is the world champion Pistons Television Network. And across our network, throughout the state of Michigan, it's Piston basketball tonight. And then Friday in Portland against the Blazers as Benny Johnson checks in. Clippers have gotten the line just 3 times in the second quarter, settling for jump shots. As Magic pointed out, the Pistons 10 for 13 from the stripe.
Well, they're going to have to get this man right here on the free throw line going. He's going to be the key if they're going to come back.
He got the free throw to go. On the Rodman foul. No Piston with more than 2. 54-41. Dumars gets a big screen from Jimmy Edwards, who has returned. Joe D and Vinny with Edwards, Aguirre, and Rodman. Vinny hears Mike Abdenauer yell, "Go to it." He'll dump it to Aguirre for the long gun. It goes. Mark nearly got a triple there. He was downtown, Urban.
Boy, I tell you, he's special inside and outside.
One of the great scorers you'll see. Norman against him, gives it up to Garrick. Garrick against Vinny. Martin, who's just come on, tries from the wing and knocks it down. The second-year man from Murray State, Jeff Martin.
But again, the Clippers are living on the outside instead of getting the ball down inside.
Loy Vaught with Norman, Benoit Benjamin, Garrick, and Martin. 1.5 minutes to play in the half. Special look around the league at halftime. Don't go away. Magic Johnson will join us then on Dunham's Fast Break. As the Pistons set up, and we set up for Dunham's Fast Break with Magic at the half. Garrick's foul sends James Edwards to the line. What a contribution this guy's made, huh, Irvin? When you had that low post offense, makes all the difference in the world.
All the difference. You have to respect him, and you have to double team him. That means you get good shots for somebody else. Detroit is an excellent passing team. They've shown that not only through the years they've won the championship, but right now again this season. And that's going to be a big key for them, to keep being unselfish. And that's what spells W's.
And that's the truth. Buda got 2 to go. Benjamin misses, and Jimmy Edwards rebound. He has 5 boards now to go with his 12 points. 58-43. A minute left in the half. The Pistons leading the Clippers here in L.A. Dumars feeding Edwards, who might have the hot hand just now. The high post turn and gun doesn't go. Either was Rodman's tap, but Benoit Benjamin has it for Garrett. Garrett gets by everybody, goes inside. Rodman gets part of the shot, though. Here come the Pistons on the break. 3-on-1 play. Mark Aguirre misses. Vinny hits the stick back.
Dennis Rodman made a great defensive play to trigger that 3-on-1 break, and then even though they missed the layup, they had a good rebound and got the second shot down.
His contribution to the team, you can't even measure it.
Very well put. There's just no way to do it.
No.
How many wins is he worth? You can't measure it.
That's right. And night in and night out, he does the same thing. He just plays 150%.
Final 10 seconds of the half. Vinny with a nice feed to Edwards, and he'll look inside to half hook it and get the offensive foul.
I think Vinny Johnson's passing the ball better than I've ever seen him this year, man. He's really added that to his game, and you know how tough the rest of his game is.
Yes, because what teams are doing now is double teaming him when he come off that high pick and roll. And he just found Edwards on a beautiful hook around pass.
Yeah, he's getting it through there, through that double team.
I always like when he come off and throw it behind his back for the shot.
Yep.
Garrick just before the horn. A 1/10 of a second left in the half. He got sandwiched, and Dennis Rodman and Vinny with a whole wheat bread, and he got the foul from Worm.
That's one you don't want from out there at 28, 30 feet with a second left.
That's the only bad thing they've done this half.
Yeah. I think sometimes when you do get after defensively, you find yourself sometimes committing a foolish foul like that. You've been after him, and you just can't pull back.
Yes, and you got to give him credit. He was hustling to try to.
Yeah.
He really wasn't trying to go for the ball. Just what happened, Norman leaned in and caught him running. And it was an excellent move by Norman. You got to give him credit. A veteran's move.
He might have been sandwiched, but he's nobody's turkey this season. Look at that. 26.7. Irvin said he has been their scoring guy so far. And as he makes our halftime score reads The Pistons 60 and the Clippers 44. Don't forget, we'll talk NBA basketball and look around the league with Irvin Johnson at the half on this, the World Champion Pistons Television Network. 60-44, the Pistons lead the Clippers as we start the third. Benjamin mid-post against Jimmy Edwards. Topside Kimball, here's the gun. It doesn't go. Nice position for Grant, but he missed the reverse putback. Pistons starters on the floor.
Oh, nice play, nice play.
Great dish to Dumars.
Great pass by Isaiah, led to that easy bucket.
Penetrating was Manning, and losing it was Manning. First half stats, the Pistons 50%, the Clippers at 42. Despite 5 more shots, they're way back. Pistons have beaten them up on the boards, 24-18. No Clipper in double figures. Benjamin Grant, Kimball, and Norman each with 7. Dumars, Edwards, and Isaiah in double figures for the Pistons. Missing from the wing was Isaiah. Clippers going inside, and they don't get it down, but they are trying to go inside, as Irvin pointed out in the first half. They're doing that.
They're going inside, and they're also going to that offensive board. They've now missed 3 tip attempts that could have gone in for them. That's one way they can get back in the ball game. They did that against Golden State, their last home game here.
62 now to 44. The Pistons with the lead. Green for the basketball outside. Lambier on the deck in the lane. And Jake O'Donnell blows the whistle. Kenny Norman.
Bill Lambier makes a good, smart play here. He sees Kenny Norman going through and kind of out of control and jumps in front, gives up his body, draws a foul.
Isaiah working against Grant between the rings. Off for Lambier in the corner. He squared up, but the gun was short. Here's Buddha with another rebound. The baseline fadeaway for Jimmy won't go. Rebound tapped and controlled by Gary Grant. On the break, he finds Kimball down the lane. It's up and in and out. Grant missed the tap. Jimmy Edwards with another rebound. Around the league tonight, Cleveland beat the Hornets by 11. And Dallas, which won in New York last night, wins by 3 in Philly tonight. Chicago finally wins one in Minnesota. As the Pistons get a Mark Aguirre J to drop. And they now lead by 20 here in L.A. over the Clippers, 64-44. And we got a confrontation between Kimball and Dumars. I understand Bo's trying to prove himself, as Magic pointed out in the first half. But he better be careful.
I got to stick up for my Philadelphia buddy. You got to admire his courage, but he does have to get himself back to playing basketball. His team needs him. They need his scoring. They need his presence.
He's picked up his 4th foul and sits down. And Winston Garland, who has 4 fouls, comes in. Pistons lead by 20 over the Clippers in L.A. Isaiah driving. Tried to dish it to Dumars, got through him in a corner and out of bounds. Pistons with 12 turnovers, and the Clippers have 14. Grant inside to Benjamin. Benoit Benjamin turns and sticks it.
Clippers will be a better team when Benoit Benjamin gets back on top of his game. He's been out, and it's going to take him a while to get right back on top.
9:22 to play in the third. Dumars from the wing lets it fly in and out. Lambier, though, with a
great
nice
play.
tap.
Bill stayed right on that offensive board.
Pistons by 20 again. Grant with it again for the Clippers. Driving Dumars. He'll give it to the cutter. It's Norman under for a nice reverse.
Another nice back cut by the Clippers. That's the 4th or 5th time they've made a back cut to the basket.
66-48 Pistons. Dumars from the line, got it from Isaiah and got it down.
Got a great screen from Jimmy Edwards going down and setting a good pick for him.
20-point game again with Grant driving Dumars to the lane. Ball on the deck. Gary Grant has it. Edwards trying to tie him up. Well, they'll force the turnover. Here's an easy one for Dumars. Isaiah got it to him.
Give Jimmy Edwards a lot of credit for that. He went down there and dug out that loose ball, got it to Isaiah, and Isaiah pushed it ahead.
And the Clippers want time. The Pistons have him now 70-48. This is the world champion Pistons Television Network. Grant trying to drive in on Dumars. Wrap around dish to Benjamin. They hit the jump hook. They look big time there. Benoit Benjamin joined up front now by Loy Vaught. Kenny Norman stays in the game. It's Garland and Grant still in the backcourt.
Until that basket, the Pistons had gotten a 10-4 run to start out this half.
Mark Aguirre doesn't slow him down. He got it behind the foul line extension from Isaiah and knocked it down 72-50. Norman with a baseline move, shot short over Aguirre to Lambier, now Isaiah. Saw the break wasn't there, slows it down, will work against Grant, top of the key. Dumars cuts to the lane.
Nice
Great
go.
deep to Lambier. He hits it in. He is fouled. Norman with the foul.
Great execution by Joe Dumars. Was really a play ahead. When he caught the ball from Isaiah, he knew that he had something going with Bill. Found Bill. Bill took it up to the basket very, very strongly. Made sure of it. The pass was right on the money. Sometimes a guard gets the ball there but doesn't get it there where the big guy wants it to put it down. That was right up where Bill wanted it.
Billy missed the free throw. 74-50. 7.5 to play in the third. Norman to Grant on the way. Now Benjamin against Jimmy Edwards. Back to Gary in the corner. Back low post to Benoit. On the wing, Garland. Here's the gun. It doesn't go. Edwards with a rebound. Pistons going to get a bunny for Joe. Down the lane. He scoops. He scores.
Good play by James Edwards, looking down the floor and getting Joe an easy one.
76-50.
That good defense is leading to so much offense for the Pistons.
Putting a good spanking on the Clippers tonight in Los Angeles. That's Winston Garland trying to post on Isaiah. The cutter is Grant. He double clutched in the lane, and he did draw the Bill Lambier foul.
Clippers are not having a good game offensively, but one thing they are doing well is they are cutting hard on back cuts to the basket.
Benjamin misses. Vaughn had it. Isaiah picks his pocket. Ahead for Dumars. Joe against Garland and Grant. Backs off. Gives to Isaiah on the wing. Isaiah has Norman on him. Will they take him off the dribble?
Nice,
Little
nice.
show and go. They're going to call it travel. I don't think so.
No, it was
Neither
great,
does Isaiah.
a great play by Isaiah. He was well aware of the situation, who he had on him. Took his time and
We'll be in Portland Friday at 10:30 against Clyde Drexler and the Trailblazers, the first matchup since the NBA Finals last June. That'll be fun. Here's Benjamin working inside on Edwards, half hooking, down the line, hits it, and he's fouled.
that's a nice move by the big man. The Pistons are not coming back and doubling. I think if Benjamin gets going a little bit more, they will think about coming back and giving some help. Tough matchup for anybody to play Benjamin down that low.
I don't know if he goes to bed early, but let's say happy birthday, number 63, they tell me. You don't look it, to Mike Adenauer's dad, Tony.
What a good guy.
Yeah, he is. Sweetheart. Here's Aguirre down the lane looking to finger roll. Misses. Ball tap controlled by Mark. Off the high glass with a foul. No. Benjamin the other way. 76-53. Gary Grant turns on the afterburners, and the general laid it in.
Isaiah gambled, and Gary made him pay for it as he crossed over and took it right at the basket.
Wild basketball now. The Pistons get it right back. The high glass leaner from Dumars gives Joe 25 points. Watt from outside misses to Isaiah. 78-55. Isaiah trying for three. Will not drop. Gary Grant pulls it off. Pistons run back defensively. Gary Grant lost it on the floor. Flipped out, picked up by Benjamin. Now Norman in the corner. Baseline move on Lambier and a foul. Billy says, I just stood there. My arms are still in the air, boss. But Pete Quinn calls a foul anyway.
The crowd enjoys Bill Laimbeer's foul.
They haven't had too much else to cheer about tonight. John Sally will replace Billy. He'll lift the mask up and come out for a rest. 4 fouls on Bill Laimbeer. 5 and 15 left here in the third. And the big guy's lovely daughter Allison's a mom, which means Harry Hutt is a grandfather once again. An 8-pound baby boy, Jonathan James. Harry says he's very nice looking. Actually, he said he was gorgeous. But should we say that? I can you say that about a guy as long as it's a baby.
If it's Harry's grandson, sure.
And Allison's doing fine, too, and that's very, very important. Norman at the line got them both, 78-57. Jim Cooper's here from Warren. Wants to say hi to his family back there. Anne-Marie Stewart from Lake Orion also here checking out the game tonight. Got a couple more names on for you in a minute. Here is Edwards with the baseline turn, and Gaunt does not go. John Sally tried to save the rebound off Vaught, and he did.
Good active offensive board work by John Sally, keeping the ball alive and then making a smart play to throw it off his bar.
78-57 Pistons. Sally off the Dumars. Joe working against Norman. Edwards with the screen. Joe from the wing. It'll be wide. Tapped up going in by Mark Aguirre. Pistons scoring virtually at will. They lead 80-57 over the Clippers. We're just under 5 to play in the third. Vaught to the baseline. Sally with the block, but the foul, says Bernie Fryer. Fred Berkeley, now living in Los Angeles, where his daughter Elizabeth is in showbiz. She'll be on Life Goes On, by the way, Sunday night. Is here at the game tonight. Martin Dettelbach and his sons Matthew and Martin Jr. here. Also Theophis and Carol Mapson from Detroit. And Michael Crown. His dad Barry's a pal of mine from Lansing. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Teledyne America, the official long-distance carrier of the Pistons and the Palace of Auburn Hills. Teledyne America, your quality long-distance company. Floyd Vaught looking like a quality rookie, drops 2, and it's 80-59. Isaiah working against Grant. Mid-post now to Buda. Shot clock 10, whistle blows, and the Clippers are an illegal defense.
That was one time the Pistons probably didn't want that illegal defense as James was getting ready to really go to work against Bannister.
Isaiah against Grant with a new shot clock. The bounce to Buda, back to Isaiah behind the three-point line. Show and go on Grant inside, double clutch high glass gun, in and out to Dumars. Ripped away though by Vaught to Grant. Now Bo Kimball deep on the wing. The long gun goes just inside the three-point line.
Bo got that one up quick. He looked like he was back at Loyola Marymount. Let it fly when he got over half court.
Dumars from the top of the range rover will not go. Bannister saving it, but Grant gets on the line. Gary Grant sits down for the Clippers. Winston Garland returns. And Vinnie Johnson, who had it going, had 9 second-quarter points before a near altercation with Bo Kimball. He got him a technical and a seat on the bench. Chuck Daly checks back in. He'll replace Dumars. Vinny from the corner looking to gun right now, but before that, John Sally, who set the screens, called for the foul. Here's the score for you. San Antonio 161, and Denver still winless, by the way, 153. Denver led 90-83 at the half. I believe that's a record for points in a half in this league.
They might just score 200 points some night and lose a game. Would that be possible?
I think so. Is it basketball? Here's Bannister hooking from the lane. He hit it.
It only is if you win.
Yep. And he did win at Loyola Marymount. Let's give
Yeah,
Paul
he did.
Westhead
Yes, he
his
did.
due for what he did there. I don't know if that works in the NBA. We'll see.
You got to give him a chance.
Isaiah from the corner. Got it from Vinny. Doesn't drop. Sally takes it out of the paint. Takes it back in. Takes it inside. Flips it up. No. Loy Vaught cradles the rebound. 80-63 Pistons. Kenny Norman. Over Dwyer. Missed it. Sally was shoved. He had position and couldn't get near the rebound. The reason? A foul on Vaught. Timeout here. 2:52 left in the third. The Pistons big over the Clippers in L.A. 80-63. This is the world champion Pistons Television Network. Dallas box office and all Ticketmaster outlets in one fine family show. One fine night for Jimmy Edwards. He just knocked another down topside. He has 14 points, 10 boards. Pistons way up on the Clippers in L.A. 82-63. Kimball, Vaught, Bannister, Garland, and Norman for Mike Schuler's team. Garland from the wing, misfiring to Rodman. Dennis Cradles hands off to Vinny. BJ with Isaiah. Rodman and Bedford. William, who had 3 triples in a heartbeat in the closing seconds last night at Seattle, nearly gave the Pistons a chance on the floor along with Jimmy Edwards and Rodman up front. Here's a shovel to William at the mid-post and a whistle. An L.A. foul on Bannister.
Another nice penetration by Isaiah Thomas, and then getting the ball to William in a very good position to finish it off, and he got fouled.
Danny Manning checks in for Los Angeles. Norman sits down. (82-63), 2 left in the third. The Pistons leading the Clippers in L.A. Behind the back from Vinny to Jimmy Edwards, and across the paint, Bannister fouled him. A trip, but then a fall by Bannister. He'll still get the foul.
Classic all-time, old-time pivot move by James Edwards. He drop step with his left foot and hooked and took the ball towards the basket. He was getting ready to go up with a sweeping hook when he got tackled and thrown to the floor.
James in his 14th season. He used that move the time of 3. Team fouls of 4-4. Isaiah against Garland, gives to Rodman on the sideline. Top side now to Buda. Now Isaiah to Vinny. Return feed. Isaiah standing on that 3-point line, and we got a whistle and a 3-second call inside.
That was very
Jake
nice.
O'Donnell called it on Bedford.
That was very nice, unselfish basketball by Vinny and Isaiah out back, but sometimes that leads you to a 3-second call because your inside players anticipate a shot going up a little quicker.
Pistons 82, Clippers 63. A minute and a half left in the third in Los Angeles. Winston Garland against Isaiah. Kimball from the corner, not bashful, misses to Rodman. Now Isaiah. High post Jimmy Edwards. In and out to Manning.
Good play by Isaiah, and James had a good shot.
Manning looking inside for the Clippers. Ball tapped out by the Pistons. Bannister tried to dig it out, but couldn't. A minute left in the third. Pistons got to the line in the first half 26 times, just 1 free throw. And they missed it here in the second half. Kimball from the corner with a rainbow short. Long rebound, tapped nicely by Bedford to Isaiah.
Bedford, digging out, getting the ball ahead.
He went inside on Garland, tried to give it back to William. But we got a hand check foul called against Garland, and that is fine. Isaiah with a solid all-around game tonight. Closing in on double figures and assists. Gets the first one to go as Scott Hastings checks in for the Pistons. Hastings replaced Jimmy Edwards. Isaiah split the pair. Bannister rebounds the missed second free throw. Pistons by 20. 45 seconds left in the third. Kimball from the corner. Vinny with a piece of it. Rodman with a rebound to Bedford. Vinny waiting for Isaiah's bounce. Gets it against Garrick, who's just come in. At the post, Rodman couldn't reach far enough. Bannister to Garrick. Now Kimball the other way. Roy Vaught with the turn and gun over Bedford. Wanted the lane, he drained it.
William Bedford played good defense that time and had a hand up in the face, but Vaught shot it very well over that hand.
83-65. He put it where he had to and knocked it down.
Yes, he did.
No shot clock. Closing seconds, third quarter. Isaiah with a pick and roll with Rodman, gives to Vinny. 2 seconds left. VJ trying to corkscrew it up. Garrick pulls it off, and at the end of 3, it's the Pistons 83 and the Clippers 65. This is the world champion Pistons Basketball Network. Basketball game before it's over.
I thought it was a great timeout by Chuck and his staff. They stayed right in for their team, and Bill Laimbeer helped them out, and they're ready to play.
Vinny gets it in the lane, elevates, guns, no. Rebound saved by Bedford in the corner, but Garrick has it. Garrick fouled by Vinny in the closing seconds of the third. Made 2 free throws during the break. The score to start the fourth is 83-67.
Great play by
Down
Scott
the lane.
Hastings. Jumped in front of that drive to the basket and took away a sure bucket.
It was Vaught heading for the hoop, and Scotty Hastings drew the charge.
Vaught made a good play, too. Took it very strongly through Scotty.
Joe Dumars on for Isaiah with Vinny and Bedford and Rodman and Hastings. Bedford gets it. Low post, steps baseline on Benoit Benjamin, rather, and misses. Rodman digging it out. Gives to Vinny Johnson. I'd imagine Bob Colbert, who coaches in the crowd tonight, loves the way Warm works. Here is Vinny inside. And we get the ball kicked out and a new shot clock. Through 3, the Pistons shooting 48%, the Clippers 40%. They have 6 more boards, tied at turnovers with 16. Bedford inside, flipping up off the glass. No, Vaught has it. Gary Grant on the sideline. Mid-post to Benjamin, turning and firing wide. Bedford bothered the shot. Manning and Rodman and Worm will get the foul as they battle for the basketball on the baseline. .45 left in the game. Pistons 83 and the Clippers 67. Mike Schuler's team threatening tonight to fall back to 2-2.
Nice play. Vinny Johnson.
Vinny alley-oops to Bedford.
Vinny waited and gave William a chance to get at the basket. He made the perfect pass.
Good chance that'll be our slam dunk for Nike. Still another new feature on Pistons telecast this year. 85-67, 10 and 15 left. Grant against Dumars. Garrick to Manning. Danny Manning threw it through Benjamin and out of bounds. That was not a very catchable pass.
No, it wasn't. I think Dennis Rodman really frustrated Danny Manning that whole series down there, and Danny wanted to get rid of the ball. He didn't want Dennis jumping right through him.
Slam dunk you may see again. Vinny Johnson's alley-oop to Bedford for the jam.
Pass couldn't have been any more perfect, and it was a hard dunk.
Denny overplayed by Garrick. He steals the ball. Vaught from the baseline, misses. Gary Grant back in the game, feeds Benjamin. He's fouled trying to put it back up by Bedford. Garrick and Grant and Manning and Loy Vaught and Benjamin on the floor for the Clippers against Rodman and Hastings and Bedford and Dumars and VJ. Benjamin at the line. Chuck Daly and the Brendans, Sir and Malone, with Mike Abdenauer, who's right in there coaching too.
That's a great coaching staff. And they're staying right into this game, even with a lead that looks pretty substantial right now.
Benjamin made 2. It's 85-69. 9.5 left. Clippers just close enough. Hastings hooking over Vaught, missing to Vaught. Clippers creeping back. With over 9 minutes left, they go to Benjamin. Now Vaught. Floyd Vaught running hook, short. Tapped up, going in by Manning. And it's 85-71.
Offensive boards would be one way that the Clippers can get back into this game.
Joe Dumars will get that high screen from Bedford on Garrick. One at baseline, try the high glass gun. He missed it, but he's fouled. Gary Grant with the personal. And Chrysler Plymouth presents exciting Michigan Wolverine college basketball. Speaking of Gary Grant, at the Palace this fall, next Wednesday against the Latvian Nationals at 7:30. On the 21st, they take on Athletes in Action for a 7:30 contest. Hastings and Bedford come out. Lambert and Edwards come on. Gary Grant picked up his 4th foul. Free throws go for Joe D, and he has 27. 87-71. Danny Manning outside against Rodman. One inside and got through Benjamin, but off Jimmy Edwards and out of bounds. 11 on the shot clock. Pistons by 16, 8.5 minutes left in Los Angeles. Manning from the corner, no. Vinny with a rebound. Chuck Daly calling the play. This should be for Vinny Johnson. Dumars working on top. Baseline screen for Vinny. He'll catch it wide of the lane, turn and fire it. In and out and back in again.
Chuck told Vinny as he's running down the floor, we want you to shoot, Vinny, and Vinny responded.
BJ with 11. Grant in the lane, dotted line gun, in and out to Edwards. Pistons by 18, just under 8 minutes left. At the Sports Arena, the home of the LA Clippers. Dumars against Grant.
Nice play.
Flips it backdoor to Rodman. Worm by himself for another hoop. It's a 20-point lead, and the Clippers would like a timeout. With 7:37 left, it's 91-71 Pistons. Timeout on the world champion Pistons Basketball Network.
Pass to him.
Forcing the Clipper timeout. The Clippers do not convert. Rodman with some hustle to save it. And back come the Pistons with the ball and a 20-point lead. 7 to play. Joe against Garrick. Knocked away by Garrick, but Vinny will pick it up on the wing against Bo Kimble. They almost fought in the first half. Vinny over Bo, and Kimble with a foul. He hit VJ on the shot. And that's 5 on Bo Kimble. And 9 points. Pistons in the 4th quarter, 3 for 7. The Clippers 1 for 9 so far. Flat free throw for Vinny is short.
Even though the Pistons have not had a great offensive quarter, their defense has stayed certainly consistent and not allowed the Clippers to get back in the game.
Then he made a pace after the first one, made sure the second one got up and over the rim and in. 92-71. Vinny with a dozen. Joe Dumars high tonight with 27. Benjamin to Garrick. Garrick, a double up fake, and the foul line extended gun that won't go. Kimble sticking it back, and he hits it. Pistons 92, the Clippers 73. 6.5 to go in the game. Bill Lambert with that topside gun. It is off the heel to Dennis Rodman.
Dennis goes and digs it out, gets the ball back. It's so discouraging for a defensive team to have a great offensive rebounder work you like that.
You can't measure what he does for you, said Magic Johnson, who was with us in the first half.
I think that's true, and here you get a foul on Benoit Benjamin because of your second opportunity on offense.
That's right. Benjamin now has his 4th. See how those coaches look at that? I like that. He doesn't have the 4th foul if it wasn't for Rodman. Our game brought to you in part by Amoco Silver Gasoline, the engine cleaning gasoline drivers rate the very best. Your car knows. Dumars against Garrick. On the sideline, shoves off the hand check. Rodman screening. They'll whip it to Lambier. Wide of the lane, he drains it.
Bill had a wide open shot a little earlier and he was shaking his head. You knew he was going to come back and stay with that one, and he did. Good follow through on the shot.
Lamb with 7 points tonight. Manning trying to drive him. Does get by. Rodman's there. Great help. Blocked the shot. Off it comes. And Kimball has it. And Jake O'Donnell's going to give the basketball to the Pistons.
There's that Dennis Rodman again. Danny Manning put the ball down the floor, went right by Bill Lambier, but Dennis came over and made a great defensive stop. Piston ball.
Clippers stepped out. No step out if it wasn't for Rodman's block. 5.5 left. Jimmy Edwards to Lambier, top side. Now Dumars at the foul line extension. Vinny top of the key. Takes Kimball, dishes to Lambier. The fadeaway, he fills it up.
Very good patience on the part of the Pistons that time, making the extra pass, moving the ball. Found Bill wide open.
96-73, 5 to play. Garrick in the paint. Swipe by Rodman, 3-on-2 break. Vinny behind the back to Dumars, left hand lay in, no. And Dennis tried to save it and couldn't.
Vinny made a good pass, good play, and Joe didn't quite get it finished off for him.
And William Bedford will check back in. Bill Lambier, almost unquestionably now, will take the rest of the night off. Pistons got to get ready for Portland. Will TV it against the Trailblazers. A rematch of the finals on Friday night. Clippers with 34 rebounds. 3 Pistons. Aguirre, Edwards, and Rodman have 30 between them. Benjamin jump hooking and he hit it. 96-75.
Benjamin hits that half hook real nice down in low post area. And William Bedford's going to have to knock him off that post area. Not allow the ball to get in so easily.
Dumars to Vinny. Here's the leaner. Yes, the microwave heats it up. He has 14. 98-75. Manning backing, turning on Bedford. We've had him cut off pretty well there on the baseline. Benoit Benjamin topside. Low inside Garrick forcing over Vinny. He filled it. 98-77. We have 4 minutes left. Tree Rollins and Lance Planks about to check in for the Pistons. Dumars on the sideline against Garrick. Shot clock inside 10. Low post to Bedford. It's at 5. On the switch, Kimball's got him. His shot is short. We're going to get a push called on Bo Kimble by Jake O'Donnell. Bo Kimble fouls out. Tough night for Bo Kimble.
I think he got a real taste of the NBA tonight, but I do like his competitiveness, George, and I think he will continue to improve if he continues to play as hard. And he laid his heart out there. He just had a poor night.
If he channels that in all the right directions, he'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think he will.
Bedford at the line on Kimball's 6th foul, gets the first one down. Gary Grant back in the game with Garrick, Lloyd Watt, and Benjamin, and Kenny Norman, who's returned. Blanks and Rollins with Bedford, Vinny, and Dennis Rodman. It's 100 now to 77. Grant on the wing against Blanks. Topside now, Kenny Norman. Trying to go baseline on Worm, and Dennis is guilty of the shove, says Jake O'Donnell. Clippers with 14 fouls. The Pistons now have 3. 3 1/4 left. Benjamin. This is the hook to the tree. Rollins to Vinny. DJ trying to stop and go. Chased down nicely by Grant. Shot clock 10. Blanks on the wing. Rodman screen to Vinny. 4 on the clock. The leaner, no. Tapped up. Yes, by Worm. And a bad pass. Grant couldn't handle it, and Lance Blanks has it at midcourt. 1:02 102-77. Blanks against Gary Grant. Rollins setting the screen. Lance penetrates, dishes in the corner to Bedford. Here's the gun. It doesn't go, but he's hit on the shot, says Jake O'Donnell. Foul by Benjamin. 2:38 left. Timeout. It's 102-77 Pistons. Sal Prezioso, are you up and listening? Thomas Cook Travel USA, the world-class travel agency, has been associated with the Pistons backcourt club for over 4 years now, maybe 5, handling their travel needs. Your business can take advantage of the same cost savings and quality service. Call Sal Prezioso at Thomas Cook at 323-4318 and get world-class travel service. Bedford with a make. Gary Grant sits down. Jeff Martin replaces him for the Clippers. Hastings, Bedford, Rollins, Vinny, and Blanks on the floor for the Pistons. Bedlam makes 2. It's 104-77. Dick, you should have seen him light up the night with those 3 triples from downtown last night, about a half a minute in Seattle.
3 threes, yeah.
A little bit late. Here's a block by Rollins. Clippers try to go inside. That's a mistake on the 3rd leading shot blocker in history.
The big Piston team out there on the floor right now with Vinny, who plays big.
Vinny lobbing it inside for the tree, turning, powering it up, no. Tap though, controlled by Hastings from outside, yes! 106-77 Pistons, under 2 to play. Garrick fakes it, dumps it deep for Greg Butler, who's just come on for the Clippers. And now Bannister will get in the game, replacing Norman. We'll be in Portland on Friday at 10:30 against the Trailblazers. Dick, for that matter, will be at Jake's for some fish tomorrow night in Portland. That'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll be nice to be back in Portland.
With the world-famous Notre Damer, Peter Murphy.
Yeah.
Here is Garrick giving to Bannister. Now they'll go to Butler. Driving on Rollins. He took a step, says Pete Quinn. 1:44 left. See Budget Rent-A-Car to save on cars and vans. Big trucks that haul it all. A sporty sports car or affordable convertible. Budget, an official sponsor of Detroit Pistons basketball. Thanks to Vinny, the pass went behind him on the deck trying to save it, and Martin knocks it out of bounds. 1.5 minutes left, 106-77. The Pistons lead it. Scotty Hastings set to trigger. They wipe up the wet spot on the floor. Vinny and Martin going down for the ball. Created that. Chuck Daly and the Pistons move up the coast to Portland for that Friday night game against the Blazers. A lot better, some say, because of Danny Ainge. He had 4 out of 5 triple tries last night, an overtime win here in L.A. over the Lakers. Blanks from 3-point range. Misses. Bedford there, though, to hit the stick back.
Good, strong offensive rebound by William going to the basket.
108-77, 1:20 left. Martin for Bannister. Over Hastings. Shot is short, but a foul. It's on Scotty.
I know the Piston coaching staff is very pleased with the defensive effort, and I think they like the fact that it's stayed tough throughout the ball game. The game is put away, and yet they still had 4 hands up on that shot. They're not giving anything away.
Don't miss Pistons Weekly Sunday mornings at 9:30, the only TV show with an up-to-date look at Pistons players, games, features, and stats. All you need to know to keep up with the champs. Check your local TV listings for Pistons Weekly Sunday at 9:30 in Detroit on Channel 50. Now it's 108-79. Thanks to Bannister. Here is Vinnie Johnson rocking on Garrett. To the baseline. No look pitch to Rollins. Missed it. Scotty Hastings had it. And the Pistons guilty of a grab. It's on free Rollins. Under a minute to play in L.A. 108-79. The Pistons lead the Clippers. They had them down 32-23 after 1 and did not look back. Garrick got one of two, then saved it, but Vinny's right there. BJ the other way. Fishing for Bedford. Baseline to Blanks, but no shot there. Martin was all over. Shot clock now at 12. Lance Blanks, the Texas rookie, gets a Hastings screen. Dishes topside to Bedford. Here's the gun, in and out. Garrick from the corner. Starts the other way. To the hole, lost control. Finally dished it to Vaught. He got it blocked by Rollins, but a foul. Tree Rollins bringing a lot of character and stability and some size and strength, to be sure, to this Piston team.
I think Tree really, it does help the team. He's a defensive player. He's a tough player. He'll never back down. He fits in with the attitude of the other Pistons and cares so much about the defensive end of the floor. He's going to win some big games for the Pistons.
Free throws don't go. Scramble, and now a Scott Hastings foul. Well, we now have fouls on two former Atlanta Hawks that Brendan Suhr had the Pistons bring here. For next Tuesday's contest against the Heat, it'll be Pistons scheduled magnet night for Foodland. First 15,000 fans in attendance. Then Saturday the 17th against the Hawks. The first 10,000 fans get an autographed mug courtesy of Myers. Tommy Garrick, who said Brendan Malone's guy at Rhode Island, gets one. It's 108-81. 20 seconds to play in the game. Scott Daly inches closer to career win number 400, trying to win his third straight title. Vinnie Johnson gives it to Blanks. 7 seconds left. Lands from the wing. He knocked it down. Sweet looking shot there. 3 seconds. Martin at the horn hits it. Count it. 2-point gun. It's 110-103. The Pistons win it in Los Angeles over the Clippers. They spanked them, as we said. The final score here, the Pistons 110 and the Clippers 83. And now it's time to announce the slam dunk of the game, brought to you by Nike. The slam was a Vinnie Johnson no-look alley-oop to William Bedford. Let's let it rip. William had a little hang time after it was over. That was a sweet slam. That's our slam dunk of the game for Nike, who reminds you to just do it. George Blaha with Joe Dumars and the guy that can make Dick look short, Jimmy Edwards over there. And fellas, I imagine it was very, very nice. We'll start with Joe to bounce right back after last night's thing in Seattle.
Yeah, usually after you lose, you want to play as quick as possible to get it out of your system. And we wanted to bounce back from last night and get a win on our belt.
Dick, let me ask you, what do you think of these new warm-ups?
I like them. I like them a lot, and I more than that, I like the way the guys played tonight. I think to come back from a loss and play that solid. And one thing, James, I'd like to say, I know Bill Laimbeer came over and wanted to check on how many rebounds you had. So you must be scaring him a little bit with your new rebounding power.
Well, you know, Lamb's always talking, so I had to quiet him down a little bit.
You did.
You know, you went after him last night with 9 boards, and I know that, Buddha, you're not known for your rebounding, but it's interesting. Everybody does a little everything on this team, don't they?
Yeah, you know, you got to pick up the slack sometime, and, you know, when Dennis is not in there getting the offensive boards or the defensive boards, we have to pick up the slack for him. And, you know, when he's not in the starting lineup, it's hard for Lamb to get every rebound, so I got to help him out as much as I can.
Joe Magic was talking tonight when he joined us during the first half about what a great, great passing team this Piston team is. I mean, there is really not a guy in this team that that can't or won't pass the ball, is there?
Well, that's one guy.
I would think he dishes it around a little bit. I mean, they say Charles Smith won't pass the salt. At least Buddha will do that.
No, James will pass it, but we do have a great passing team. That's just unselfishness, and we've realized over the past several years that if you give the ball up, you're going to be a really good playing team, and that's what we try to do.
You know, sooner or later, you get your points. And tonight, Joe was the only guy over 20, but The team spreads it around, and now it's on to Portland. Let's get a quick comment from both of you about the Blazers. Joe will ask you about the addition of a guard, Danny Ainge. Their three-guard rotation, some say, cannot challenge the Piston three-guard rotation. I don't think so, but he does make them better, doesn't he?
It definitely makes him better. He's a competitor, and I think he's going to work out well for them this year. They've improved their ball team, and I'm sure they're going to be ready for the Pistons coming in there Friday night.
All right, Buddha, how about those big guys up there?
Well, I'm sure Duckworth and the rest of the big guys are going to be waiting for us. You know, they had a tough series last year when we came in and blew them away 3 straight, so I'm sure they're going to be ready for us. So we're going to have to play our best game on the road trip this far.
All right, thanks to our unsung hero, Jimmy Edwards, and to Joe Dumars, our player of the game, for coming out. We'll be right back in Los Angeles on the World Champion Pistons Television Network.